The next session will be by Professor R.S. Singh. Professor Ram Sharan Singh is BTech from HBTU Kanpur and MTech from IIT Kanpur. Currently, he holds the position of professor in the Department of Chemical Engineering and Technology at Indian Institute of Technology, Varanasi, India. He has 19 years of experience in research and 13 years of experience as postdoctoral studies. He has published over 180 research articles in various referred journals with an H-index of 30, citations of more than 2,900, and an I-10 index of 59. He has research interest in bioreactor for degradation of volatile organic compounds, bioremediation of organic compounds, biofiltration of volatile organic compounds, physiochemical characterization of Ayurvedic products, process dynamics and control, and biofuels. He has supervised over 200 plus BTech students for projects and internships, more than 50 MTech projects, and 2 MD dissertations also to his name. He has completed more than 42 PhD theses, and approximately 10 students are still under him for their MTech dissertations. He has also organized more than 12 seminars and symposiums and delivered over 20 invited lectures. He is the recipient of many national and international awards and honors, which includes Outstanding Scientist Award for year 2020 in 9th International Scientist Awards on Engineering, Science and Medicine by VD Good Professional Association. He is among top cited paper award in bioresource technology by Elsevier in 2019, Fellow of Institute of Engineers 2017, publication awards for 3 consecutive years 2010, 2011 and 2012, and for maximum number of publications among the faculty members of IIT's BHU. Global Alumni Association, Rashtriya Fertilizers and Chemical Awards 2005, top cited paper award in process safety and environmental protection, Elsevier, in year 2011. Now I would like to invite Professor Ram Sharan Singh sir to the mic to take on the proceedings from here onwards.
All of you?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah, so I'm really thankful to AIH organizers and Dr. Manish Singh Rajput for inviting me to deliver this lecture. And I hope that my lecture will be interesting to all of you. I'm sharing my slides and then it's visible.
Yes, sir, your slides are visible.
So the topic of my today's lecture is microbial fuel cell. Microbial fuel cell is an innovative new technique in which we can minimize the waste. We can remediate the waste along with energy. We can produce energy also. So it's a sustainable technique to convert waste into energy. It's a sustainable. So I'll first speak on what is the meaning of sustainable technology or sustainable technique. There means a lot of people nowadays are talking about sustainable technique. So why we are so much interested for sustainable technique, whether the old technique are not good or not sufficient to cater the present problem of the waste management. So then I'll tell about the features of microbial fuel cell. Why it's not commercial means at little means at the low scale it's commercial now, but not at large scale. It's still in the development phase. So this is the topic of today FDP program, emerging strategies in the waste management solutions. Now the question are that what are the reason for enormous waste generation during last 200 years? Yes, last 200 years are very important for us. In this year, we have seen lot of development. We have seen enormous development, along with various problem related with pollution, various problem related with society. So many problems we are facing, along with a lot of development in science and technology. Why we are facing waste management problem? So why we are facing the problem is we have very good technique. We have developed science and technology. Still, we are facing lot of problem. Why? What is the reason? So we start with our development, means present development of science and technology. Start with rapid development in science and technology during and after industrial revolution. Industrial revolution कब था ये? 1917-16 to 1820. In this time and after time, the major breakthrough was development of steam engine. हम लोग then development and using gasoline, petroleum, development and using then plastics and many such other products. We have started using, we have developed because due to development in science, present science and technology I'm talking about, we have started using plastic, we have started using gasoline, we have started using coal in large quantity. So that is the one reason for a lot of waste generation, because there is a lot of development. Change in mindset and consumption based society. पहले हम लोग का क्या था कि hunter gather society थी. Still in the tribal belt you will find means hunter gather society means they collect the things, daily need things for 1 day, 2 day only. For a small time period, they don't gather the things. They ज़्यादा जुटाते नहीं है कि हमको property बना लेना है, हमको बहुत कुछ जुटा लेना है. So that society is known as hunter gather society. And then in these society, in previous time, there was little concept of money. पैसे का बहुत महत्व नहीं था. There was very means no value for money or little value for money. Respect for nature, a lot of respect for nature was there. You have seen in our culture, we pray, means many animals we pray, we consider them as a god or the vehicle of gods. So, and this India में था, the villages were self-sustained. तो small units were self-sustained. लेकिन उसके बाद क्या हुआ कि हमारा सोसाइटी है वो चेंज इन हमारा माइंडसेट चेंज हो गया, धीरे धीरे चेंज होता गया. We have starting means from the hunter gatherer society, from हमारी needs कम थी, we have slowly converted into consumption based society. Nowadays our focus is to consume lot and lot. We want to consume, consumerism, consumption based society. हमारा consumption pattern is increasing day by day. So then what was the result? Enormous increase in consumption of energy resources without knowing the future impact. That is very important. We have started using the natural resources in large quantity. इसके बाद क्या हुआ? We have started enormous. We have used the coal, we have used the gasoline, we have used. So we have started using development in science and technology. The using these technology, using these resources was easy. आपने machine develop कर लिया, आपने you know how to get the coal from the earth, so it was very easy for you. Then you have started using. So that is called consumption based society. So enormous increase in consumption of energy. I am focusing on energy because energy is related with everything. Just say if you use plastic, so you face two stage problem. First, for production of plastic, we have to use lot of energy. You have to use lot of energy for production of plastic. First, you make polymer, that is energy intensive process. You use lot of energy to make polymer, and then again the polymer when you use and throw, then because it is not biodegradable, it is not natural material, it don't decay. It takes thousands of years to decay, so it is creating enormous problem, lot of problem. So enormous increase in consumption of energy means energy is not only direct consumption of energy. Indirectly, if you are using any product, you are basically utilizing energy. If you are using any product, you are using a lot of water. So for pumping of water, you have to use the energy. You are flushing water in your washroom. So that is, you are using lot of energy. Why? Because for pumping, for lifting of water, we have to use energy. So energy, lot of increase, enormous consumption of energy was increased in last 200 years. Or in most of cases, we never we never thought about future consequences. हमने ये नहीं सोचा कि इसका फ्यूचर इम्पैक्ट क्या होगा. बस हमको टेक्नोलॉजी मिल गई, हमको चीजें मिल गई, हमको मशीन मिल गई, स्टार्टेड यूजिंग. Then development use of bad technology resources. तो bad technology क्या है? Not sustainable, not eco-friendly. We use the technology resources just on the basis of our convenience and on the basis of cost. The things were cheap, like coal. The things were convenient. It's easy to, as compared to biomass, as compared to burning of wood. The burning of coal was easy. It was more energy is there in the coal in a small volume. So a lot of advantages are there from convenience point of view, from cost point of view. So but only we focus on the cost. We never seen whether it is sustainable, whether it is renewable, whether it is eco-friendly or not, whether the technology is green or not. And then that's why we are facing lot of problem nowadays from energy consumption point of view, from environment point of view, and at many levels. So this is, this is the condition of India, because industrial revolution started in Europe. That time Indian subcontinent during and before industrial revolution. So ये देखिए East India Company का period है. East India, this is the period of East India Company, and this is the British rule. During that rule, Indian villages were independent, were self-sustained unit. There was exchange system. There was very little use of money. We have to give the grain, like if there is a farmer and there is a carpenter, farmer used to give the grain to carpenter. Carpenter used to make the wooden things for the farmer. So there was a very good exchange system. There was little concept of money. There was little concept of saving. There was little concept of collection. Collection जो है, that is the biggest problem for us. Collection with big houses. So that is the biggest problem for mankind. But that is the one of the most important reason for today's problem. Many problems associated with the concept of collection. Even at present, you will not find the concept of collection in tribal society. हम लोग मानते हैं वो लोग पिछड़े हुए, but there is no concept of, they are very good. There is no. तो ये हमारा exchange system था. There was no concept of collection. हम अपनी चीजें देते थे और उनसे exchange में उनकी चीजें लेते थे. तो little value of money, because there was no exchange system. So value of money was, there was little value of money. Only rich people, only jamidar, they have some money. Little impact of consumerism. कंज्यूमरिज्म का इम्पैक्ट भी बहुत कम था इस पीरियड में, बिफोर ब्रिटिश एरा, बिफोर ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी. लिटिल इम्पैक्ट ऑफ कंज्यूमरिज्म. हमारा एक्सचेंज सिस्टम था, वेरी हेल्दी सिस्टम वाज देयर. वी आर वेरी हेल्दी, वी आर वेरी रिच कल्चरली, वी आर वेरी रिच. Inherent concept of cleanliness and waste management. We never realized, we never thought there was inherent in our culture, in our society. There is inherent, and that thought process is not 200 years old. That thought process is 5,000 years old. For example, in my my childhood, I have seen, like, we used to wear cotton. खराब हो जाता था after means when the life period of the cotton cloth over, जब वो फट जाता था, then our grandma used to convert the cotton cloth in very good mattresses, and that mattresses were very durable. That mattresses were very durable, very good quality mattresses were produced from the cotton cloth. From cotton cloth we switched to nylon और टेरेलिन. उस समय वो फैशन हो गया क्योंकि वो यूरोप से आया. So we thought that all European things, all European concept, or all European culture is good for us. So that's why we अभी फिर हम लोग कॉटन पे हो गए. तो लेकिन हमारे यहाँ इनहेरेंट, देयर वाज इनहेरेंट कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ क्लीननेस एंड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट. जैसे वाटर है, वाटर को हम लोग बहुत साफ रखते थे. पानी को जहाँ पानी होता था in the near the well, we used to means plantation of the neem, plantation of the tulsi, that is water purifier, that is very good for water. So all the cleanness concept and waste management concept was there. Even in the old villages, in the old houses, you can see the concept. That concept is still visible in old like temples. You can see in old places, it's still visible. Excellent value-based society, because there was a lot of respect for nature, there was a lot of respect for other creatures. Excellent value-based society. लेकिन ये सब चीजें खत्म हो गई. In last 200 years, we have lost these things. We have just trying to adopt the Western culture. So तो ये धीरे धीरे धीरे, और ये देखिए हम लोग ऐसा नहीं कि उस समय गरीब थे. It is a misconception. In 1700, this is the percentage of GDP of India. India occupied 24% of the whole GDP of the world. We were very rich that time. It is misconception that we were very poor people. Even in the 1900, this is the portion of the world GDP more than 12%. And it is the lowest level during the 70s, started decreasing. After means in the British era, started decreasing. Here देखिए this period is very important because most of the Indian resources were utilized in World War I and World War II. जितना पैसा लगा उसमें बहुत सा पैसा इंडिया का लगा to fight the World War I in 1914 or 15 to 1919, 5 years, then World War II. So lot of resources of India was channelized for fighting the world wars. British used lot of resources of India. Then still we are progressing and now at this level. तो ये सब चीजें थी, हमारी अच्छी चीजें थी, हम गरीब भी नहीं थे, हमारा अलग सिस्टम था. Our system was different from European system. But now we lost, slowly we lost that culture, that self-dependent, independent villages, that exchange system, that so. अब देखिए मैं क्यों कहता हूं कि ये कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है हमारा, it's not 200 years old, it's 5000 years old. In many slokas of Rigveda is considered to be the oldest book. 5000 years old it was written, or it was conceptualized. So in many sloka you will find the concept of sustainable development. Constant, that the Hindi word is samyak vikas. So you'll find this concept of sustainable development. I have taken one sloka from Rigveda. The meaning is that, देखिए meaning है समग्र पृथ्वी संपूर्ण परिवेश परिशुद्ध रहे, नदी पर्वत सब. This is the meaning is that we need the sustainable development. We have to move along with nature. हमको नेचर से फाइट नहीं करना है. We can't fight nature. अभी बाद में क्या हुआ कि हमको नेचर से फाइट करना है, हमको नेचर को बदलना है, हमको प्रकृति को बदलना है. Many sloka in the Rigveda, in Vedas, you'll find the overall meaning is that any action against the nature is adharma, sin, not according to the dharma. So that is the concept of sustainable development. That's in our culture, in our society, it's not 200 years old, it's 5000 years old. Inherently, we have concept of sustainable development. But in last 200 years, we have adopted bad technologies, I should say. We have adopted bad things, bad technology, and the result is that all our world is facing a problem of pollution, facing many problems, and many problems in the society, many problems, all over world they are facing. So, लेकिन हमारी history नहीं है. The problem is that there is no concept of written history in the Indian society. In our society, the facts was transferred from one generation to another generation orally. There was concept of oral transferring. There was concept of oral transfer. वेद पढ़ाए जाते थे ना, तो उसमें वहां अभी भी नहीं पढ़ाया जाता है, लिखना का कोई कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं, वो बोल के पढ़ाया जाता है. तो ओरल ट्रांसफर का था, तो हमारी बहुत सी चीजें वो लिख नहीं पाए. तो जब लिखा हुआ नहीं है तो आज के हिस्टोरियन दे डोंट एक्सेप्ट ओरल थिंग्स, कहते हैं कि लिखा नहीं हुआ है. तो दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम. नाउ वन मीनिंग ऑफ सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट. Sustainable development that meets the need of present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their needs. आप अपनी आवश्यकताएं पूरा करिए और उतनी ही चीजें, नेचुरल चीजें जो आपको गॉड गिफ्टेड है, जो नेचर से मिला है, यू लेफ्ट दैट फॉर फ्यूचर जनरेशन। आप ऐसा करिए कि पूरा एक्सट्रैक्ट करिए। If you have extracted all resources of nature and you are not leaving anything for future, what will happen? Will क्या हो गया, हम लोग खत्म हो जाएंगे और generation will be no, future generation will be there. So that type of problem we are facing. अब देखिए, this is also a concept, means with help of this diagram you can understand the concept of sustainable development. Sustainable development means the development which meet the social need. You are meeting the social need, which meet the social need, which meet the economic need. Means it should be cost effective, and which also meet the environmental need. एनवायरमेंटल मतलब नेचर के नीड को भी वह कैटर करे, तो सोशल नीड को भी मीट कर रहा है और आपका इकोनॉमिक नीड को भी मीट कर रहा है, और नेचर के नीड को, इट्स मीटिंग द नेचर नीड, इट्स अकॉर्डिंग टू द नेचर, इट्स दैट टाइप ऑफ डेवलपमेंट इज नोन एज सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट। अभी जब तक जो टेक्नोलॉजी है, मोस्टली दे आर मीटिंग द सोशल नीड एंड इकोनॉमिक नीड, दे आर नॉट मीटिंग द एनवायरमेंटल नीड, they are not meeting the environment। हमने सोचा ही नहीं कि वो environmental need की जरूरत है कि। now we have started thinking because we are facing lot of problem, we are facing enormous problem। ये देखिए, this is the story of coal। हम लोगों ने कोयले को यूज किया, we have started using coal। so what problem we face? coal is very convenient source of energy, I told you, it's very convenient source of energy, it's very convenient, it's very cheap, no problem is there। so we started using, after the industrial revolution we have developed lot of machine, we have developed lot of good machine, efficient machine। so it was easy to extract the coal from the earth, it was easy, manual extraction बंद हो गया, manual mining बंद हो गया, there was lot of good machine, so mining of coal was very easy। so we have started exploiting the coal को निकाले, हमने सोचा तो बहुत अच्छा एनर्जी है, हम अपना उसको यूज करने लगे, इंजन बना लिए उसमें, अपना दूर दूर तक रेलवे और ये सब आ गया। तो लेकिन हमने सोचा नहीं, we never thought that what will be the impact of using coal, future impact of using coal। so coal basically, if we talk from scientific point of view, coal is basically a solid form of carbon inside the earth। so it's a solid form of carbon inside the earth, and what we do now, if you use the coal as energy resource, so you convert the solid form of carbon into gaseous form of carbon, you convert the solid CO2 carbon into CO2, gaseous form of carbon। in the solid form of carbon, coal is a very good for nature। why it's very good? it act as heat sink। ये क्या है कि जो अर्थ की गर्मी है, जो सोलर रेडिएशन से उसको सोखता है, इट्स एक्ट एज हीट सिंक। और अब गैसियस फॉर्म में आपने कन्वर्ट कर दिया, यू हैव कन्वर्टेड इनटू CO2, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? इट इज ट्रैपिंग द हीट, इट इज ट्रैपिंग द सोलर एनर्जी इन द एटमॉस्फेयर, and the result is that it's increasing the atmospheric temperature, that is called global warming। so total opposite effect you are getting once you have converted the solid form of coal into gaseous form of coal। ये आपको पता ही नहीं था, 200 years back that concept was not known to us, that's why we started using। हम क्या हुआ, जितनी जरूरत थी उससे ज्यादा हम यहाँ मूव करने लगे, वहां मूव करने लगे, ट्रेन बना दिए, ढेर सारा कोयला यूज करने। so we have converted, now it's trapping the heat and we are facing the global warming। the consequences, the impacts are enormous। global warming is changing the means increasing the average atmospheric temperature। due to that the sea level is increasing, many coastal areas are means after some time इसी रेट से बढ़ता रहा तो क्या होगा, most of the coastal cities will वो खत्म हो जाएंगे, उस समुद्र में चले जाएंगे, वेल इनसाइड। तो ये हो जाएगा। इसके अलावा देयर विल बी चेंज इन वेदर पैटर्न, जो वेदर पैटर्न है, जो सीजन्स है वो खत्म हो, उनका पैटर्न चेंज हो जाएगा। तो सो मेनी प्रॉब्लम वी आर फेसिंग। ग्लेशियर मेल्टिंग, नो ग्लेशियर विल बी देयर, तो रिवर जो 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 आपका होल जो seasonal rivers नहीं है, just like गंगा, तो गंगा get in the summer, गंगा get the water from the glaciers, melting of glaciers. अब ग्लेशियर खत्म हो जाएंगे तो क्या होगा, गंगा will be only active, you will find the water in the Ganga only during the rainy season. In other seasons you will not find the water in the Ganga. So that problem you are going to face. Along with CO2, due to burning of coal, other gases are also produced, and these gases are very toxic. These gases are responsible for formation of smog, fog, rain, acid rain. So lot of health impact you are facing. There is a lot of environmental impact you are facing due to these gases. इसके अलावा क्या हुआ कि ब्लैक carbon you get by burning of biomass and coal. Black carbon is small carbon particles, very small carbon particles, means in micron size carbon particles, and they stay in the atmosphere for a very long time. They can, because due to size, their size in nanometers, or you can say micrometers. They stay in the atmosphere for a very long time, and they can go up to cloud. They can go up to 4 kilometer, 5 kilometer. ठीक है, देख तो छोटे होते हैं, वो सस्पेंड होते हैं, मतलब सस्पेंडेड स्टेट में होते हैं, सेटल नहीं होते। अब देखा यह गया कि CO2 से जितना ग्लोबल वार्मिंग हो रहा है, अमाउंट ऑफ ग्लोबल वार्मिंग वी आर गेटिंग ड्यू टू CO2, और उससे बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा है। वी हैव कैलकुलेटेड टोटल CO2 प्रोडक्शन by after you know the how much biomass we are burning, how much coal we are burning. We have estimated total amount of CO2 produced, and we have estimated the amount of global warming. But amount was far larger than expected. So then obviously there may be other region. So it was found that black carbon is one of the very important region for global warming. So black carbon आ गया. ये the story is 20 years back. 20 years back हुआ क्या कि जो वेदर मॉडल्स थे वो फेल होने लगे। वेदर मॉडल्स जो हमारे वेदर मॉडल्स हैं, the models are used to predict the weather condition, temperature, acidity, so that fails. So it was thought by the scientists that there must be some very important component which are missing in the weather model. So they found that this black carbon is very, very important and very, very dangerous for the environment. So what is the impact? Black carbon क्या है? They stay in the atmosphere for a long time. They absorb the heat. They absorb lot, means very larger amount of heat from the sun. So they are basically small heated particle. अब ये क्या करते हैं? They mix with cloud, and the phenomena is known as cloud contamination. Due to this phenomena, you get the rain burst, बादल का फटना. So yeah, this you are facing in many areas in Uttarakhand. Sometimes you know that एकाएक बारिश हो गई, पूरा बह गया. So ये इस तरह का कुछ हो रहा है. Cloud contamination, they are mixing with, they are changing the rain pattern. Rain pattern change हो जाएगा तो क्या होगा? Your agriculture pattern will be impacted. Your agriculture whole, because India is agricultural country. India is monsoon based agriculture is there. So rain pattern will be very, very dangerous for India. Melting of glaciers. अभी क्या हुआ? These are very small heated particles. They absorb lot of heat from the sun, and they are highly heated particles. अब क्या है, ये मानसून विंड के साथ गए, और क्योंकि अब गए, they can reach up to 5 kilometers in the atmosphere, and they are settling, क्योंकि ये glaciers are just like acting like obstacle. अभी अब मानसून विंड है, ये गए, इसे टकरा के यहाँ पे बैठ गए. They are settling on the glacier, and they are increasing the melting rate of glacier at enormous rate. So this is the impact. Formation of fog and smog, they are responsible for formation of fog and smog. That due to fog and smog, we are facing lot of visibility problem and lot of health impact. So this is the impact of black carbon. ये 20 साल पहले पता, 20 years back, you know that such type of problem is there due to burning of biomass and coal. अभी क्या हुआ कि one month back we got the call from Coal India and Thermal Power NTPC. So fly ash, there is lot of fly ash. This after burning of coal, you get very large quantity of fly ash residue after burning, you can say. अब ये फ्लाई एश क्या है, दे आर सॉलिड वेस्ट, they are also creating lot of problem. The disposal problem is there, how to handle fly ash. अब fly ash में क्या होता है, there are many heavy metals in the fly ash because Indian coal is low quality coal. You'll get arsenic, you will get cadmium, you will get mercury, many heavy metals are there in the Indian coal. अब fly ash को आपने ऐसे ही छोड़ दिया जमीन में, तो क्या होता है, जब बारिश होती है in the rainy season, water percolate through fly ash and then enter in the earth and they are creating water pollution. पानी जो है बारिश से हो गया, अर्थ में गया, अर्थ में नीचे गया, और जो आपके एक्विफायर्स हैं, वाटर एक्विफायर्स हैं, उनको कंटामिनेट करना शुरू किया. So that is creating lot of water pollution. And disposal of management of fly ash is a big challenge. Management of fly ash, बहुत fly ash में छोटा मोटा quantity नहीं है, lakhs of ton, many lakhs and fly ash is available. Just like we'll go near the thermal power station, you'll find the means just like पहाड़ हैं उसके बड़े बड़े, just like तो ये फ्लाई एश एक प्रॉब्लम हो गई, तो सॉलिड वेस्ट की प्रॉब्लम हो गई, आपका गैसियस वेस्ट हो ही रहा है. अब देखिए ये है रिहन डैम स्टोरी, एक स्टोरी है रिहन डैम में. रिहन डैम इज इन सोनभद्र डिस्ट्रिक्ट and nearby this dam in Son there are lot of thermal power stations. The installed capacity is around 25,000 megawatt. तो इतना thermal capacity. अब रिहन dam, the catchment area is very large and that is only source of water in that particular area. तो वहां पे क्या है, रिहन डैम में lot of thermal power station, lot of gaseous emissions are there. और गैसियस एमिशन है थर्मल पावर प्लांट में कोयला जलाने के बाद, तो गैसियस एमिशन कंटेंट CO2 along with many other harmful components like heavy metals, ये भी होते हैं. अब वो क्या है, एब्जॉर्ब हो जा रहा है. The water of Rihan Dam, because of larger catchment area, the water of Rihan Dam is absorbing that gases. अब वो गैसेस में जो heavy metals वगैरह हैं वो रिहन डैम के पानी में आ गए, रिहन डैम के पानी में. उस पानी से दे आर वाटर से दे आर एंटरिंग इन द फूड रूट. आप फूड में आ गए, आपके फूड रूट में फ्रूट्स में आ गए, आपके ग्रास में आ गए, आपके कैटल फीड में आ गए. थ्रू कैटल फीड दे आर एंटरिंग इन द मिल्क ऑफ काउ, यू आर गेटिंग द हेवी मेटल्स. थ्रू मिल्क दे आर एंटरिंग इन द बॉडी ऑफ ह्यूमन, बॉडी ऑफ चाइल्ड, एंड they are creating lot of problem like cancer, carcinogenic. Many heavy metals are carcinogenic in nature. So yes, not a problem. Just due to burning of coal, we are facing so much problem. Without knowing the future impact, we have burned lot of coal. That's why now we are focusing. Our focus has been changed. We are thinking about the sustainable source of energy, sustainable development. Energy और waste जो है दोनों related है. Energy and waste, energy and environment, both are correlated. Most of the environmental problem is due to high, means enormous increase in use of energy during last 200 years. During last 100 years, you can say 200 years. तो एक चीज हम लोगों को समझ लेना चाहिए, all components of nature have some role. और बिना उसको समझे हुए उससे छेड़छाड़ करना, it may be very dangerous. All component of coal inside the earth has some role. We don't know. हमने क्या किया, हमको पता नहीं था, हमने उसे छेड़छाड़ किया. We are facing so much problem. So now these are the greatest challenges against mankind. Environment, I told you, environment, because environment is mainly due to large amount of energy consumption. Increase in energy consumption कितना बढ़ा है 200 years में, 28 टाइम बढ़ गया है. It's around 30 times more energy consuming we are consuming as compared to 200 years back. और ये तब है 200 years back, ये तब है जब we have developed many energy efficient technologies, just like CFL. So CFL is very good energy efficient technology, very energy efficient, because CFL same amount of light you are getting in the 10 watt. 100 watt जो बल्ब था, तो CFL में 10 watt में same amount of luminance or illuminance you are getting. So same amount of light you are getting in 10 watt as compared to 100 watt. So even after developing many energy efficient technologies, our energy use means use of energy has been increased to around 30 times in last 200 years. That's why we are facing lot of problem. We are talking about this. ये बढ़ने का कारण है population में growth और हमारा energy use दोनों बढ़ रहा है. जैसे आप देखिए आपके घर में ही, if you consider my home, I am considering 20 years back there was only one fan in our home. One fan, one table fan, one fan. The power rating was only 100 watt. One fan power rating was only 100 watt. So we whole family was consuming only 100 watt. There was no fridge, there were no energy related devices, there was no computer, nothing. Say 200 watt, few bulbs were there also. Right now, how many devices we have? I have 2-3 ACs. Suppose I am operating only one AC. The power rating is 1500 watt. The power rating of one AC is 15 times more than a fan. Or you can say this is 150. Old जो पुराने फैन थे उनका तो 10 times ज्यादा होगा ये. तो यही नहीं है. We have fridge in our home. We are using more product. We are using plastic. As I told you, you are using more plastic. That means you are consuming more energy. It's indirectly related with energy. So energy and environment both are related with each other. Then we are facing disease and human suffering. Lot of new diseases every year, every decade. Lot of new diseases are emerging, and for most of these diseases we are responsible. Like coronavirus, it's a human modified virus. So we are responsible for this disease. So food and water security. अब food का देखिए, इसकी भी कहानी देखिए. फूड में आपको लगता है कि फूड कम है, लेकिन अभी अगर आप स्टैटिस्टिक्स देखेंगे, if you go through the statistics of World Bank, right now the food production is 3 times the required. जितना रिक्वायरमेंट है उसका 3 गुना आप फूड प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं. उसके बाद भी सबको प्रॉपर फूड नहीं मिल पा रहा. 20% people are not getting sufficient, even more than 20. In many regions, 50% people are not getting sufficient food. So after production of 3 times food, 3 times of the requirement, and for producing this food again you are using lot of energy. We are manufacturing urea. Urea क्या है? Energy intensive process. So we are wasting lot of food. We are utilizing energy. During the energy production, we are polluting environment, and then we are wasting that food. So this kind of problem we are facing. Water का इसी तरह है. Lot of water wastage is there. Even if you carefully examine in your home, every room, you find that lot of water wastage is there. We can minimize that waste. तो और इसके बाद ये इसका प्रमुख कारण और भी है education. Now we don't have value based. We are missing value based education. हमारा क्या education है? More and कि उससे ज़्यादा कमाई हो, ज़्यादा पैसा कमाया जाए. That type of education we are getting nowadays. So there must be. So yes, these are the greatest challenges against the mankind. We will focus in this lecture. We will focus on energy and environment. अब ये देखिए, इसमें अभी भी हमारे पास चांस है. We still have chance. क्योंकि जो नेचर है इसका नेचर है सेल्फ क्लीनिंग मैकेनिज्म. अगर हम उसको अल्टर न करें, जस्ट इफ यू टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ रिवर, every year after flood, Ganga is as pure as it was 1000 years or 2000 years back. After flood is the cleaning mechanism of the river. That is the natural cleaning mechanism of the river. Flood के बाद, if you go and try the parameter, means the parameter used to know the purity of water, like BOD CO2, Ganga, you will find the Ganga is as pure as it was. Ganga was 1000 years, 2000 years back. तो जो mechanism है nature का, self cleaning mechanism is there in the nature, but it is only applicable for natural product. Just like if you have leaf, पेड़ है वो पेड़ गिर गया तो क्या होगा? It will decay after some time. Same is not true for plastic. तो the mechanism is there, very good, very beautiful mechanism is there. Mechanism of recycle, mechanism of reuse. Mechanism of recycle, reuse, decay. So very beautiful mechanism is there in already there in the nature, but that is only for natural product. The things we are getting from the nature. Even very complicated enzyme decay very fast, but not plastic, because plastic is an artificial material. Not dye, color, because color is an artificial material. The natural component don't recognize plastic, don't recognize dye. It is new, it's foreign compound for them. So abhi bhi jo mechanism hai, fortunately, that is live. The example you can see in the lockdown period, only within 2-3 months there was lot of improvement in quality of water of Ganga. लॉकडाउन हमने गंगा को इसी तरह नेचर को छोड़ दीजिए, आप नेचर को आज के डेट में उसको और ज्यादा पलूट करना बंद कर दीजिए, नदियों को और ज्यादा पलूट करना बंद कर दीजिए, एनवायरनमेंट में जो आप एनवायरनमेंट को पलूट कर रहे हैं उसको बंद कर दीजिए, उसका अपना सेल्फ क्लीनिंग मैकेनिज्म है, ओनली आफ्टर 6 months द रिजल्ट विल बी विजिबल, लेकिन ये तब तक है जब तक वो सेल्फ क्लीनिंग मैकेनिज्म लाइव। ग्लेशियर्स है, ग्लेशियर फॉर्मेशन भी होता है, ग्लेशियर डिके भी होता है, जब तक ग्लेशियर फॉर्मेशन हो रहा है तब तक तो गंगा है। You'll find the water in the Ganga during summer also, because formation of glacier is also there, not only decay. Once formation will stop, you will not find. तो अभी भी वो mechanism है. Fortunately, after so many damage, the mechanism is still live, still active. So we must be careful. तब तक इंतजार न करें कि वो mechanism ही खत्म हो जाए, तो फिर हमारा existing और existence will be questionable. We will know more. We will no more. Without nature we can't live. एक मिनट आपको ऑक्सीजन नहीं मिला, आपको 1 मिनट अभी कोरोना वायरस में हुआ, we are running for oxygen, we are running for, तो वो मैकेनिज्म है अभी भी, तो आपको कुछ करना कुछ नहीं है, आपको कुछ ऐसा करना है कि उसको छोड़ दीजिए नेचर, तो तब भी ठीक है। अब क्या है, the problem is that can we go back? It's possible to go back, it's possible to adopt the previous lifestyle. तो जहां तक मुझे लगता है, in my view, it's not possible, not looking possible. We can't, means it's very difficult for us to switch from AC to fan, because we are habitual, we हमारा lifestyle हो गया, we are doing so many useless things, we have adopted so many useless things, I should say, in our life. So it's not looking possible. So what is the solution? Again, using good technology, very good technology. There is a role of science, like cycle is a very good technology, I should say. It's excellent technology, it's an excellent technology, it's a green technology, it's a cost effective technology, it's a very healthy technology. So we have to, the solution is using good technology, change in habit. If we started a small change in habit, means you can see the result. अपने हैबिट में और लोगों को एजुकेट करना, दिस इज रोल ऑफ, मींस वी एजुकेटेड पीपल हैव लॉट ऑफ रोल इन सोसाइटी. So we start changing our lifestyle, our habit, and then motivate others to change their lifestyle. Small changes will means थोड़ा सा भी चेंज ना आपको दिखने लगेगा और काफी कुछ ठीक हो सकता है. एंड देन वैल्यू बेस्ड एजुकेशन, हमको बच्चों को बताना चाहिए कि इन्वायरमेंट का क्या मतलब है. अगर हम ऐसे ही डैमेज करते रहें, वी शुड अगेन क्रिएट द रिस्पेक्ट फॉर एनिमल्स, रिस्पेक्ट फॉर अदर क्रिएचर्स, रिस्पेक्ट फॉर. आपको पता होगा कि इस समय अगला जो चैलेंज आने वाला है, वी आर क्रिएटिंग लॉट ऑफ प्लास्टिक पोल्यूशन, दैट प्लास्टिक थ्रू रिवर गोइंग इनसाइड द सी, एंड दे आर डिपोजिटिंग एट द बेस ऑफ सी, ओशंस, वो बेस में जा रहा है. अब उसका फ्यूचर इम्पैक्ट क्या हो सकता है हम लोग को नहीं पता, जस्ट वी आर वेटिंग. तो अभी से हम लोग को प्लास्टिक यूज को रोकना चाहिए, कम करना चाहिए, लेकिन हम लोग नहीं कर रहे हैं. गवर्नमेंट रेगुलेशंस आर देयर, स्टिल वी गो एंड यूज द प्लास्टिक थैला फॉर टेकिंग दिस. हम भूल जाते हैं, पहले 15-20 साल पहले ही वी आर हैबिचुअल टू टेक द क्लॉथ थैला लेते थे, उसमें सब्जी लाते थे. तो वैल्यू बेस्ड एजुकेशन, चेंज इन हैबिट, and using this may be the possible solution. Now I'm talking about the potential technologies have potential to solve the mankind problem. So three potential technologies are there in my view. IT and computer science, lot of impact we are seeing. जैसे आपको कहीं जाना हुआ, now we can talk to mobile, and then आने जाने का बच गया ना, आप उससे पेट्रोल से जाते तो पोल्यूशन क्रिएट करते. एवरीबॉडी हैज मोबाइल. अभी हमको ये लेक्चर देने AITH में आना पड़ता तो हमको एक गाड़ी करना पड़ता, हम जाते आते. तो वी आर सेविंग, लॉट ऑफ पोटेंशियल इज देयर इन द इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी. and then biotechnology and nanotechnology. These three technologies, in my view, have potential to solve the mankind problem. I will focus on biotechnology, particularly environmental biotechnologies. Biotechnology is very, very powerful. We only know the 1%, even not 1%, 0.001% of the nature. नेचर के बारे में भी हमारी जानकारी बहुत ही लिमिटेड है. नेचर इज वेरी पावरफुल, आई मस्ट से वेरी वेरी पावरफुल. So we should not challenge the nature. We should go along with nature. That should be the aim of development in science and technology. Going along with nature, moving along with nature, not challenging the nature. Challenge करना, जहां हम challenge करेंगे nature को, तहां हमारी दिक्कतें फिर और बढ़ जाएंगी. If we started challenging, started doing variation, doing changes in the nature, तो वो हमारा जब तक का जो रिजल्ट शो करता है कि फेस लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम, विल फेस एनॉर्मस प्रॉब्लम इन द फ्यूचर. So this MFC, my today's topic, is based on the natural principle. The principle is taken from the nature. The principle is already there. The process is already there in the nature, because it's based on the natural principle. The things are all already in the nature. So it's a eco-friendly technology. It's a sustainable technology. It may not be cost effective. Further research may be needed, but it's all technology you have copied from the nature. You have taken from the nature. It must be. वो होना ही होना है. वो क्या होगा? ग्रीन होगा. क्योंकि नेचुरल प्रोसेस क्या है वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट में? नेचर में वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट का प्रोसेस ऑलरेडी है. तो क्या है? इट्स सस्टेनेबल, इट्स कॉस्ट, इट्स ग्रीन, इट्स क्लीन. तो ये जो MFC है, वी हैव टेकन फ्रॉम द नेचर. Now this is a slide to show how powerful the nature is. We should not challenge the nature. अब देखिए कुछ मैंने ऐसे ही आपको ये बताया. Nature can create beautiful life, but we can't. We don't have power to create life. Many attempts, many scientists have attempted to create the life by non-living things, just created in the nature. Long back, it was supposed that the life created from the non-living, non-gaseous कुछ product हुए, कुछ वो bio-catalyzed reaction से life create हुई. So it is a theory, one theory. So that was tried by many scientists, but it's not possible. So it's a power of nature. Creating life is power of nature. Nature had best waste management system. अब कैसे है? CO2 जो हम कहते हैं कि बहुत डेंजरस है या वेस्ट बहुत डेंजरस है, उसको नेचर कैन कन्वर्ट द CO2 वेस्ट मैन्योर है, वेस्ट है हमारे लिए, that convert into fruits. That reaction is known as photosynthesis. Photosynthesis reaction से आपका मैन्योर होगा, जो कि हमारे लिए वेस्ट है. CO2 ले लिया और किसमें कन्वर्ट कर दिया? मैंगो फ्रूट. हाउ ब्यूटीफुल द प्रोसेस दैट. हाउ you have बेस्ट को आपने सीधे फ्रूट में कन्वर्ट, वेरी यूजफुल, खाने के लिए कन्वर्ट कर. तो अभी तक हम लोगों ने इस तरह का कोई प्रोसेस डेवलप नहीं कर पाए. सच ए ब्यूटीफुल प्रोसेस and हमको लगता नहीं है कि on the basis of present development in science and technology we'll able to develop such technologies. Nature can convert a teeny seed into big tree utilizing waste again, but we can't. अब देखिए क्या है ना कि ये सीड होता है. अब सीड क्या है? अगर आप बनियान ट्री का सीड है तो बनियान बरगद ही बनेगा, पीपल का है तो पीपल ही बनेगा. तो इसका मतलब ये है कि some coding is there in that seed. Some genetical coding must be there, otherwise it's not possible. It's not possible at all. तो कितना complex biocoding है, we should understand. We should understand the power of nature. We should not challenge. अभी हम challenge कर ही नहीं सकते because we are part of nature. We are part of nature. We are one component of nature. So we can't challenge that. हम तो एक part है ना, nature तो बहुत बड़ा है. तो इसमें biocoding है, इसको लोग समझने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. That is bioprogramming, just like the computer programming. Some bioprogramming is there in form of. So that is the power of nature. Nature produces basically very powerful chemicals called enzymes. Enzymes have enormous role, and there is role of enzyme in the MFC. MFC में भी enzymes का role है. Enzymes is produced by the living things, bacteria, human beings, all animals. So there is very, very powerful chemicals. This can कई बार बहुत बार try हुआ, but we are unable, the scientists are unable to synthesize these enzymes exactly. Very difficult, like chlorophyll. Chlorophyll enzyme, a kind of biocatalyst that convert the CO2 and take something from the earth like nutrients and CO2 को biomass में convert कर देता है. So it's not possible to synthesize the chlorophyll in the lab. Again, we look towards nature to get the solution of the problem we have created, because nature की तरफ क्यों है? Because all natural technologies, all natural science, biological science, nature में जो science है, nature में जो technology है, that is eco-friendly, that is sustainable, that is very good. So that's why we are again looking to get the solution of our problem. This slide show the enzyme, power of enzyme. Initial life created by enzymatic reaction. It was an enzyme which converted the non-living thing into life. That is one theory. That is one theory, and some experimental evidences are also there, not 100%. Life enzymes का ही power है कि we are getting energy in our body. The carbohydrate convert into ATP. So that again, the enzymes are responsible. There is role of enzyme. The enzyme is called insulin. Chlorophyll, I told you, very powerful enzyme. अगर CO2 की प्रॉब्लम खत्म करना हो, आप आर्टिफिशियल ट्री डेवलप कर लीजिए, उसमें क्लोरोफिल दीजिए, CO2 को सक करे, उसको बायोमास में कन्वर्ट कर. लेकिन तो ये हो सकता है, it's possible. It's really very good technology. Just suck the CO2 from the atmosphere, and then you produce chlorophyll in the lab, convert that CO2, take nutrient from the earth, or take artificial nutrient, convert into biomass. But it's not possible because this enzyme will be missing. It's very difficult to exactly replicate the chlorophyll in the lab. So that means in nature, this enzyme has lot of role and very powerful chemical, and there is role up. So we are using this enzyme or enzymatic or bacterial process for waste management. अब देखिए, this is microbial fuel cell. Why this technology is where there's lot of scope, lot of future scope is there. This is a device in which organic waste can be converted into energy by natural process. So waste minimization is there and energy production is also there. So two advantages there. You are minimizing the waste, you are converting the waste into energy. So it's a very good technology. It's one of the, it's a best technology. It's based on the power of biology, power of nature. Natural process है, so it's a clean and green. All natural process we have taken from the nature. तो ये क्या होगा, इसमें कोई doubt ही नहीं. It will be clean and green because it's a natural. और waste minimization along with energy production. ये microbial fuel cell. The developing technology, lot of research work is going on in this area. अब problem ये है कि it is sustainable technology. Is it sustainable technology? Right now, no. अभी नहीं है. क्या problem है? It's eco-friendly, yes. It's renewable, yes. Cost effectiveness is issue. Issues are there. It's not cost effective. The cost may be higher than. So that's why a lot of research is needed in this area, and lot of research is going on. Just like solar energy. Solar energy, कुछ साल पहले तक solar energy is also very good energy technology. Very good, excellent energy technology. Few years back, only 10 years back, the cost of energy produced from solar means solar energy means cost of solar energy was 7 rupees per kilowatt. Around 7 rupees per kilowatt. और थर्मल पावर से कितना था, 3 rupees per kilowatt. अभी सोलर का कितना हुआ, इतना ही हो गया, 3 रुपए आ गया. Within 10 years, the cost reduced from 7 to 3 due to development in science and technology, due to reduction in cost of solar cells. So a lot of the development was taken place, lot of research was done by the researcher, and they reduced from 7 to 3 years. Now the solar is a sustainable technology. Solar is also cost effective. It's eco-friendly, it's renewable, and it's also cost effective. It's at par with coal now. That's why you have seen lot of cost नहीं होगा तो उस technology चल नहीं पाएगा. बिना कॉस्ट के चलना मुश्किल है, सस्ता तो बराबर होना ही चाहिए, थोड़ा बहुत महंगा होगा। जैसे प्लास्टिक है, तो प्लास्टिक में लोगों ने बायोडिग्रेडेबल प्लास्टिक डेवलप हो गया है, lot of research is going on to develop the biodegradable plastic. The only issue is cost. Now, right now, it's slightly costlier than synthetic plastic. Bioplastic is slightly costly. You can say 25 to 50%. धीरे research हो रहा है, and the time is not far. Within, I think, 5 to 10 years, we'll be able to produce the bioplastic at the same rate. So research is going on. Similarly, a lot of research is going on in the area of MFC to reduce the cost. Now, this is the working principle. But in the MFC, basically there are two processes. One is aerobic process, anaerobic process, and another is aerobic process. वन चैम्बर इज चैम्बर, दो चैम्बर होता है या दो प्रोसेस होते हैं. तो एरोबिक प्रोसेस इज नोन एज, एनारोबिक प्रोसेस इज नोन एज एनोडिक कंपार्टमेंट. एनारोबिक प्रोसेस इज नोन एज एन एनोडिक कंपार्टमेंट. एनोड फ्यूल सेल है तो एनोड कैथोड जैसे सेल्स में होते हैं. इसी तरह इसी में भी एनोडिक कंपार्टमेंट बोलते हैं और कैथोडिक कंपार्टमेंट. इन एनारोबिक प्रोसेस or anodic compartment, the bacteria and substrate is degraded by bacteria, and we get electron as well as H+ ion, because this is anaerobic reaction. The substrate is degraded by bacteria. Substrate means waste. Substrate क्या हो गया? Waste हो गया. Waste क्या है? Waste is degraded by bacteria, and we get electron and H+ ion. This process is already there in the nature. It's not a new process. This process is already there in the nature. This is oxidation process, anaerobic oxidation, and in this process, the substrate or waste is degraded by bacteria. In the process, we get electron H+ ion. अब ये electron मिल गया हमको, electron, we are getting electron. So how to get electricity? We have to flow this electron in a circuit. If you are able to flow this electron in a circuit, then we'll get electricity. That is the basic principle of getting the energy, electricity. तो वही हम करते हैं. यहाँ से हमने एक सर्किट से इसको जोड़ दिया. We are getting electricity, but we are also getting H+ ion. If you will not remove this H+ ion, then what will happen? The acidic condition will be developed in the anodic chamber or anaerobic compartment. So we have to remove the H+ ion without रिमूविंग द सबस्ट्रेट. और कोई सबस्ट्रेट वगैरह पास नहीं होना चाहिए, तो हम इसको यहाँ पे मेम्ब्रेन के थ्रू पास कराते हैं. दिस मेम्ब्रेन इज नोन एज प्रोटॉन एक्सचेंज मेम्ब्रेन, PEM. तो अब क्या हुआ कि दिस इज वन कंपार्टमेंट इज नोन एज एनारोबिक कंपार्टमेंट और एनोडिक चैम्बर, इन विच anaerobic degradation of substrate or waste take place. In the process, we get electron as well as H+ ion. We flow the electron through circuit, we get electricity, and the H+ ion is removed through PEM, proton exchange membrane. अब ये देखिए दूसरा compartment क्या है? This is called cathodic compartment. Here we get the electron. Again, the electron reach in this compartment. We get the H+. Oxygen is present here. So oxygen is here. We get H2O. In this compartment, we get H2O, and we can also get H2. So this is great advantage. Here, if you want, with slight modification, we can also get hydrogen ion, hydrogen gas. So hydrogen gas is the cleanest fuel. It's a very clean fuel. It's a very, very clean fuel. The only problem is storage. A lot of work is going on to store it efficiently. Storage matlab volume is large, so we have to reduce the volume, we have to compress it. That is the problem. So we can get a clean water crisis bhi dur hoga. We can also get the hydrogen gas. So by slight modification, instead of H2O, we can get the hydrogen. So here you are minimizing the substrate or waste. You are getting electricity along with, we can also get hydrogen, we can also get clean water. So that is the microbial. So lot of advantages are there. and it's a natural process we have taken from nature. अब देखिए ये फिर से ये हमने दिखाया, this is anodic compartment, anode, this is cathode, two electrodes are there, this is anode. Here at the surface of anode, the oxidation process is taking place. This is bacteria. The organic substance or organic waste converted into, means it converted into, it produce electron during its degradation. It produce electron, it produce H plus ion. H plus ion move through this PEM, proton exchange membrane, and a electron kya hai, it moves through this circuit. We get some electricity. Here we get some power, some electricity, and at this cathodic chamber, this H plus ion and electron combine with each other in presence of oxygen, and we get H2, or we can in the process. So overall, this is a very simple process. This is very simple process. This we have taken from the nature. So there is no generation of waste. There is no, means the clean and green process. So these are the advantages. You can operate the MFC efficiently at ambient condition. No need to, means ambient condition में natural ambient atmospheric condition. Additional condition देने की जरूरत नहीं है. Renewable, because we are getting energy from the waste. Wastewater treatment, we are getting energy along with waste management. So that is the great advantage. Waste management is also there, and along with getting energy, and then clean, sustainable and low cost. Low cost अभी नहीं है, लेकिन अगर आपको वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट के साथ एनर्जी प्रोडक्शन देखा जाए तो कॉस्ट इज क्वाइट रीजनेबल, बिकॉज वी आर मैनेजिंग द वेस्ट along with energy. Energy production is additional. For waste management point of view, this is a good technology, very good technology. This is competitive technology. But we have, if we are able to produce good amount of energy also, because a lot of work is going on to enhance the power rating of MFC, then it will be very, very good technology. Then this is the challenge, low power output. So a lot of research is going on to increase the power. So I'll show you what are the research components, what are the research area, whether the improvement is needed to get the more power. Waste potential application, waste treatment, C-waste treatment, hydrogen production. Waste treatment है, C-waste treatment है, hydrogen production. अब देखिए, these are the various challenges. How we can boost the area of research in the MFC, you can say. तो क्या क्या एरिया हो गया आपका? अब एरिया ये हो गया कि आप बढ़िया माइक्रोब सेलेक्ट कर ले. If you are able to select the good microbe, if you are able to isolate the bacteria is already present in the nature. Just you have to select, you have to find that bacteria, you have to search that bacteria. That process is known as isolation. Substrate में कुछ जैसे you can in the lab some substrates are easy to degrade, some substrates are difficult to degrade, just like dye, just like insecticide, pesticide, just like solid waste. तो substrate को भी हम लोग अगर after pre-treatment, we can do some pre-treatment to convert, to break the complex compound into simpler compound. Then the bio-oxidation, anaerobic bio-oxidation will be easy. So that we can do to enhance the performance of MFC. ये देखिए यहाँ पे decifering electron transfer mechanism. Here it's very important because suppose you are producing lot of electron. Suppose by microbial process, anaerobic process, you are producing sufficient electron, but that electron is not passing through the circuit, so you will not get the electricity. Electron, where electron may utilize? Electron may utilize in production of biomass. Instead of electricity, you are getting lot of biomass. What will happen? The whole MFC will choke. पूरा MFC आपका बायोमास से भर जाएगा. तो आपका इलेक्ट्रॉन प्रोडक्शन, then the passing of the electron in the circuit is also very important. Suppose electron produced in the bulk, so from here bulk, it must transfer to the electrode, it must transfer to the anode. So once it transfer to the anode, then only it will pass through the circuit. So that is very important, that you have to ensure. maximum electrons should pass through the circuit, then only we will get the more power. तो पहला ये हो गया कि should select such bacteria which should produce more electron, which should select such bacteria which should produce more electron. और कुछ ऐसी बैक्टीरिया भी हैं जो इलेक्ट्रॉन प्रोड्यूस भी करती हैं और उसको एनोड तक पहुंचा भी देती. Some mechanism is there, so they produce the electron, they also transfer the electron up to anode. So that type of bacteria we need, that type of bacteria is preferable, that type of microorganism is preferable. Substrate, if substrate are difficult, substrate are tough compound, then we go for slight modification, slight pre-treatment of the substrate, then the energy production will be more. Then this mechanism, then cell reactor configuration. Lot of research is going on type cell configuration, type of reactor. People have used 2-chamber MFC, single chamber MFC in the form of you can say plate, small plate and frame heat exchanger, plate and frame MFC. So lot of configuration, people are doing lot of research for testing different kind of configuration, different type of MFCs. So that is area of research. Then this PEM, proton exchange membrane, which transfer the H+ ion. Substrate को transfer नहीं करता है. It should only transfer the H+ ion from anode to cathode. So lot of, and right now we use the Nafion as a PEM. Most of the people are using PEM Nafion. So Nafion is a costlier material, very costly. So lot of research is going on to reduce the of PEM. Nafion से कुछ और यूज करें तो lot of research is going on. अगर Nafion कुछ cost effective आप यूज करते हैं तो ये सस्ता हो जाएगा. Electrode material is very important. Lot of material has been tested, including carbon material, metals. So many materials have been used to as electrode material, and performance of the MFC has been evaluated. So that material is very important. Then at cathode, if you want to enhance the rate, if you want to increase the utilization of H+ ion, if you want to get the production of H2, hydrogen, then for enhancing that you can use some optimizing cathode catalyst. So that is one area of research. Then optimization of process parameter, operational parameter. So this is also very important. You can optimize, you can optimize the pH, you can optimize the concentration, you can optimize the side of it. So many means the process parameter, operational parameter you can optimize, and by optimization you can enhance the performance of the MFC. So that are the area of research. By optimizing, by doing this thing, we can get the better performance of the MFC. So these are the open areas. Now a lot of research is going on in the area of MFC. You cannot focus all areas, like we are mainly focusing on this area because our area is biotechnology. So we are focusing on this area. We are also trying to produce the good PEM with in collaboration with material science. PEM पे भी काम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन PEM is not my area, so not our area. So we are collaborating with material science people. We are also collaborating with electrical engineering people, and we are like in MFC में क्या होता है, power output कम है. तो power output कम है, तो what we can do to increase the power output? We can convert the MFC. We can means instead of, suppose a anaerobic chamber is there in the waste treatment plant. एक waste treatment plant में एक बड़ा anaerobic chamber, say the volume is 5 meter cube. Whole anaerobic chamber can be converted into small MFC, and we can connect all MFC in the series. We can get a sufficient power output. That is possible. That is possible. So instead of one big MFC, because big MFC, certain challenges are there. The self resistance of MFC will be inherent resistance. This resistance will be very high. This resistance, this component will be minimizing loss. This loss will be, so instead of big MFC, we are focusing on a small MFC, and a small MFC we can connect them in series, and we can get the sufficient power output. So that kind of research is going on. We are also working on this aspect, optimization of process parameter. So many areas are there where we can do the research and optimize and enhance the performance of MFC. And I hope, I am sure that after 5 years, after 10 years, this will be viable technology. Viability will be there. Commercial viability will be there. Commercial viability, cost come. Abhi bhi waste management point of view say, this is a very good. We are able to minimize the tough kind of waste like dye, like many other tough kind of waste. But energy production is still low. We have to increase the energy production. अब ये देखिए something about electrode material. Lot of research is going on. Certain these are the certain desirable characteristic of electrode, like high electrical conductivity must be there, resistant to corrosion, high mechanical developed surface area, biocompatibility. So these are the certain desirable characteristics of electrode material. And on the basis of these characteristics, researchers have selected this, have selected lot of material as electrode material. Carbon is most common. हम लोग भी क्या कर रहे हैं अपने लैब में, we are focusing on biochar. Biochar is very cost effective material, and biochar is converted bio waste. The agro waste can be easily converted into biochar. That biochar can be used as electrode material after certain modification. So that will be a very cost effective material. First, bio waste, if we are taking bio waste, we can convert bio waste into biochar, and that biochar we can use as a electrode material. So that kind of research, that type of thing we're doing in our lab. A membrane, I told you, membrane is lot of research is going on. There is role of material scientist. Membrane PEM must have certain property. It should transfer the H+ ion. It should not transfer the substrate. It should stop the substrate. It should not transfer the substrate other material. It should only transfer the H+ ion from anode chamber to cathode chamber. Naphthalene is most common, but many other material have been tested. Naphthalene is costly material. Naphthalene is quite costly. So many other material like cloth, nylon fiber, glass fiber, ceramic, and many other material are being tested by the scientists to get the optimum solution, to get the cost effective solution. So a lot of research is going on, developing and testing the cost effective PEM, protonic chain membrane, in the microwave fuel cell. Then microorganism is the most important part. Selection, isolation and selection of the best bacteria. That is the most important, because electron production will depend on the anaerobic reaction taking place in the microbial fuel cell. So in our lab, we have tested like most important component of MFC, mix as well as specific culture has been tested. ठीक है, दोनों के अपने एडवांटेजेस लिमिटेशन है. इस स्पेसिफिक कल्चर इट्स डिफिकल्ट टू मेंटेन फॉर लॉन्गर टाइम. मिक्स कल्चर द एफिकेसी में भी लो, बट दीज बैक्टीरिया in MFC are used for degradation of waste. So these bacteria like Genobacter, these type of bacteria, these bacteria are known as electrogens. These bacteria is known as electrogens. The property of electrogens is that they produce electron and they also transfer electron from bulk to the surface of anode. So electric production means power output in case of if you are using electrogens will be higher. So this kind of means bacteria means there is still lot of scope to find the good bacteria from the nature. DNA modification पे भी लोग काम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन that is very means I show you कि alteration in the nature may be dangerous, so we must be very careful once we are going for DNA modification or mixing of DNA genes of bacteria. So that may be challenging, quite challenging, and quite means we must be very careful if we are doing that kind of research. So bacteria, selection of bacteria from the nature is very important, and a lot of research is going on. And then these are the mechanism I told you. So यहाँ पे अगर bulk में produce हो रहा है और transfer नहीं हो पा रहा है, then we transfer the electron through mediators. We can use certain material, some kind of acid. Transfer नहीं हो पा रहा है, तो आपको electricity मिलेगा ही नहीं. The electron must be transferred to the surface of electrode. But these bacteria direct transfer by this process, some protein, and direct transfer by conductive pillets. So in these cases, if you use B and C kind of bacteria, then you don't need any mediator and you get more electricity in the circuit, you get more output. So such kind of bacteria we should focus, people are focusing, people are trying to get from the nature, people are trying to get from the anaerobic areas, the areas where long time anaerobic condition is there. From that area, that location like anaerobic chamber of the waste treatment plant, or like any जहाँ पे भी anaerobic condition है long time तक, वहाँ पे there is possibility of getting good bacteria. So people are focusing on that aspect. This is the simple isolation process we are using. Like so we isolate. I am a basically chemical engineer, but I have full facility like DNA sequencing, DNA isolation of bacteria, characterization of bacteria. ये काम देखे engineer ही कर सकते हैं. They have capability because they know the application of the bacteria. They are also means they can also focus on the design of MFC. They can also focus on the maximization of electrical output. They can also focus on the optimization of process parameters. So all these things. So bacteria wala kaam, it's basically the biology people do that, but we have developed this facility in our lab. We are isolating the bacteria from the nature, from the suitable site, and then we are going for characterization of bacteria. Then we are testing in the MFC. Then process parameter, I told you, by optimizing the process parameter, we can enhance the performance of MFC. So these are the important process parameters like pH. We are testing the different temperature. We are testing the different type of feed substrate. What type of waste is suitable for MFC. Feed rate, feed rate means we can, instead of batch MFC, we can go for continuous MFC where there is continuous feed. We are feeding the substrate or waste continuously. Concentration of the pollutant substrate, that is very important. Up to what concentration the MFC is providing good result or better output. Above certain concentration, the substrate inhibition phenomena, that is very common phenomena, most of the biologists know. So that take place. Then self resistance of MFC, larger MFC will face higher resistance, higher self resistance, though so electrical output will be less. So we are preferring a small MFC. We are preferring a small MFC, and then we can connect them in series to get the better electrical power. Nutrient availability, जो MFC जो biological reaction होते हैं उसमें the availability of nutrient is very important. If sufficient nutrients are not available, then the biological process will not feasible. So how to provide, easily provide the nutrient to the biological process and anaerobic process to get the best result. This design of MFC, certain simple design, this two chamber MFC, simply a anode chamber, a cathode chamber, and it is connected by a PEM, proton exchange membrane. This is an anode, this is cathode, and it is connected by. This is single chamber. इसमें क्या होता है, solid waste भर दिया जैसे, इसमें हमने solid waste भर दिया. This is single chamber, only anode is there. और cathode की जगह क्या है, it's open air. So cathode is taking oxygen from the air itself. So here cathodic reaction take place, means E electron plus H plus plus O2 will convert into H2O, और H2O यहाँ से मिले, getting water drainage at surface. This is the red color is PEM, proton exchange membrane. So this is a single chamber MFC. This is stacked MFC. MFC means small MFC in the platform of there. If you want to increase the power output, you can connect them in series. Many plates you can combine and you can get the more power. This is just like for chemical engineers. This is just like plate and frame heat exchanger. It's similar to plate and frame heat exchanger. So many configuration, many design configuration are there, and by varying the configuration, we can develop the MFC for according to our need, and we can increase the power output. This is the real MFC. So कुछ लोगों ने this known as eco robot. So these robots are powered by the MFC. So this developed by University of Florida. तो ये कुछ trials हैं इसमें हम रियल टाइम में भी काम कर रहे हैं, people are doing in the real. These are the publication, means lot of interest in the scientific community. You can see by increase in the number of publication, like initially this you can say this area is 10 to 15 years old, but lot of interest showing by the scientific community that show the potential of this area, that indirectly show the lot of publication as well as lot of citation in the recent time. So that show the interest of the scientific community, and that also show the potential of this area. We are hoping that within 5 to 10 years the process may be commercial. The process may have, because this is very good process from waste management along with energy production. So all advantages are there. Only problem is that we have to make this process more efficient. अब ये कुछ MFC है, रियल टाइम 100 लीटर 1000 लीटर microbial semi pilot scale type of MFC produced and operating successfully by this company Swiss Biotech. So they are operating semi pilot scale MFC, and they are operating it successfully using real wastewater. ये भी यही है, देखिए they are using real wastewater in these are the MFC. Small MFC they have for increasing power output. The MFCs are small, they are combined in the series to get the more power output, and then so this kind of arrangement can be made. Means one anaerobic chamber can be converted into this kind of arrangement, and you can minimize the waste along with. You can produce sufficient amount of electricity to run the wastewater treatment plant. So that is the concept. This again the same thing, and with this is totally computer operated. We are doing some research. We have done, we started 5 years back, and we have done some research at MFC. This is our, means we have fabricated some MFC at lab scale. This is 2 chamber MFC, and we are running it successfully, all totally computer controlled. So we are evaluating the performance by varying different, we have used different kind of proton exchange membrane, different kind of substrate, and we are evaluating. This is another MFC we have developed in our lab. This is another kind of MFC, and we have tested and we have evaluated performance under different condition. These are few publication. Some so he in this agar salt is a cost effective alternative of PM. Naphthalene भी यूज किया और agar salt. So agar salt is very cost effective as compared to naphthalene, but power output was low. Power we got more power output as expected, but naphthalene but agar salt was also working. So we can improve the agar salt further to get the more power output, because agar salt is very cost effective as compared to naphthalene. So this paper was based on development of low cost PEM, proton exchange membrane. In this paper we have one thing is that we have degraded very tough compound. Dyes are very tough compound. Dyes are artificial compound and very tough, very difficult to degrade. It's a very difficult kind of compound, a very toxic compound. So we have successfully, first outcome was that we have successfully degraded dye in the MFC, and up to 100 ppm. So this is not very low concentration. We have degraded successfully up to 100 ppm, and 100% color removal was achieved up to 100 ppm. This is a good achievement from waste management point of view. This is a very good achievement. And then this clearly shows that MFC can be also used for degrading the toxic waste. MFC can be also used for not only sewage treatment plant. We can also use in the color industry. We can also use in the carpet industry, you can say. We can also use in the industry which produce lot of color waste, lot of dye waste. So we can use the MFC for waste management along with energy production. Along with 2 advantages. Waste management point of view, the technology is also known and very efficient. इसमें देखिए हमने क्या किया, we have isolated one good bacteria, one new bacteria. This bacteria we have isolated, and we have used in MFC, and again we obtained good power output. We obtained good amount of power because MFC is very small, so it was able to means one LED we can lit one LED with help of that MFC. So it's a good power output from if you compare the previous research. And then again we also able to degrade the toxic waste. Again we have used the reactive red dye. This is a dye. This is very toxic waste. This is very toxic as compared to the domestic organic waste. So we have degraded very toxic waste. We have sufficiently reduced the COD of the water and also obtained the good. So this because this bacteria is good. Again, the problem is we are not able to only 2 to 3% electron transfer from the circuit. Rest 97% utilized. Either it does not reach to the anode surface, or it is utilized for the production of biomass. So that is the problem in the MFC. So if we are able to transfer more electron, we can significantly enhance the power out. ये भी ये देखिए इसमें भी हमने we have different substrate we have used, and we found that this technology may be very good for sugar industry wastewater, because we got good result in terms of power output. We tested for sewage wastewater and glucose and sugar industry wastewater. So treatment of sugar industry wastewater is a problem. So here in sugar industry, for treating sugar industry wastewater, the MFC may be very good, very cost effective and very efficient technology. Waste management, and we can also we can also get the sufficient good amount of energy. This is again, we have isolated one more bacteria. This is oxygen, this is good bacteria, and then the work is going on. We are expecting very good result. We have operated up to 300 ppm, and we are getting quite promising result. 99 more than 90% renewable. So 300 ppm is very high concentration. Again, we have used orange reactive orange dye. So dye is, I told you earlier, dye is very, very toxic waste. So if you are able to degrade dye, it may be very suitable for other kind of simple organic waste like domestic waste. So this is conclusion of the research. We have successfully operated MFC. We are getting good waste management. We are getting, means waste management point of view, we can say that the technology is good, quite good. We can degrade the waste up to high concentration. We are using mainly dye because dye is easy to. Dye क्या है, आसानी से analyze हो जाता है. Only we need the spectrophotometer. This is the problem. We are still the research papers show that we are able to use only 2 to 3% of electron for electricity production. Rest electron does not reach up to anode or consumed for biomass production. So this is the challenge we have to, by modifying the process, by improving the process, we have to increase this one. So these are potential application. There are many applications, many industry we can use, means available technology can be replaced by microbial fuel cell. We can waste minimization. I told you earlier, it's a very good technology for waste management point of view, and you can also get some amount of energy. Right now, in future, we are expecting good amount of energy from this technology. So overall, MFC is a green technology, have potential to solve energy crisis in a sustainable manner. It's a totally sustainable technology along with. So this is overall conclusion of my today's talk. So this is my research scholar PDFs. This is my lab. So thanks for patience listening. We have to develop the sustainable technology, good technology, because we have to save our Mother Earth. अगर हम मदर अर्थ को, पृथ्वी को बचा लेते हैं, मतलब अपने को बचाते हैं. Both are related with each other. So save Mother Earth, save yourself. So thanks to all of you once again for patience listening. Now, I have any query you can ask.
Thank you, sir, for such a wonderful talk, full of knowledge and learning. If any of the participants have any questions to Professor R.S. Singh, may unmute themselves and can ask the questions directly. Yeah, any of the participants having any of the questions?
Hello.
Yeah, you are
Hello.
audible.
Hello.
Yeah, you are audible, sir. Please stand with your question.
Hello.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir. Dr. Arpit, do you want to have?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you may
Hello,
speak.
sir. मेरा नाम
Yeah, you are audible.
सर माय नेम इज अर्पित कुमार शुक्ला सर मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ क्या सर हम इसमें एमएफसी में हाउस होल्ड वेस्ट भी यूज कर सकते हैं क्या सर?
Uh, your voice is not very clear, Arpit. I think अर्पित हाँ तुम्हारा आवाज क्लियर नहीं है, फिर से पूछो।
सर क्या हम एमएफसी में हाउस होल्ड वेस्ट भी यूज कर सकते हैं क्या सर?
हाँ, हाउस होल्ड वेस्ट यूज कर सकते हैं। दैट इज वेरी डाई, वी आर यूजिंग डाई वेस्ट। दैट डाई वेस्ट इज डिफिकल्ट टू डिग्रेड। डाई वेस्ट हाउस easier to degrade. So you can use the household. Any kind of waste you can use. Organic waste. Any kind of organic waste, because it's a natural process. You can in nature, this process is already present. Anaerobic degradation of waste.
सर क्या इसमें जो वेस्ट हम यूटिलाइज करेंगे सर, क्या उसको उसमें से हैवी मेटल्स भी सर इसमें निकाले एक्सट्रैक्ट किए जा सकते हैं क्या इसमें एसिड से?
नहीं, हैवी मेटल के लिए बेसिकली इट्स मींस bacteria change the oxidation state of, in some cases you can treat the heavy metal by using bacterial process, so they change the oxidation state of heavy metal, and the toxic heavy metal converted into non toxicity reduced or toxicity eliminated. So that kind of work you can plan, but mostly it is used for organic waste, treatment of the organic waste.
ओके सर ये एनर्जी किन किन फील्ड्स में यूज की जा सकती है अगर प्रॉपर वे में एक्सट्रैक्ट हो जाए तो?
Energy, so you are getting electricity directly, you are getting electricity from the circuit. You can use electricity for any purpose.
ओके
You
सर,
are
थैंक यू
getting
सर,
directly, you are getting.
थैंक यू सर।
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Sandhya.
Yes, sir. And my question is regarding the use of biocathodes in the MFC, sir. What are the challenges associated with the use of biocathodes compared to the normal cathodes?
Cathode, actually cathode means we are using electrode. So right now many people are using carbon electrode. So carbon electrode, basically the cost is one important parameter in the MFC at every stage. Like I told you, we are using a carbon material called Nafion as PEM, proton exchange membrane. So again, PEM is very costly, the cost of PEM. Similarly for electrode, we are trying to replace the present materials with cost effective material. Like I told you, in our lab with help of material science people, we are exploring for using the biochar as electrode, carbonious material as electrode. So cost is the important parameter, because electrode generally what happens, the cathode generally what happens, the H plus ion utilizer, H plus ion react with oxygen and electron both, and then either you can take with slight modification, either you can take hydrogen gas or it will be converted into H2. People are also using some catalyst to enhance this process.
Thank you, sir. And how will be the use of carbon nanotubes as an electrode?
Carbon nanotube, because carbonious material, people have tested and you can use carbon nanotube as electrode, no problem. I think the result will be very good. The only thing is that because we are looking this for waste management along with energy production. So commercial viability is the most important thing in all processes, all developing processes. Just like I told you, solar energy. So main focus is reducing the cost. So if you are able to produce the cheap, quite cost-effective carbon nanotube, so that that will maybe very good effective material as an electrode, as a cathode.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, and any more questions from the participants side?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Ravin.
Sir, yeah, my question only, sir, in microbial fuel cell, in suppose you have shown in the wastewater also we can use. So there will be the mixed type of bacteria, but whether any particular organisms we can use. So using the particular organism or in the mixed culture, which one is giving, sir?
Both in the research for both have been tested because this is anaerobic condition. So only anaerobic bacteria will survive. But I told you, मैंने आपको slide में भी दिखाया. देखिए ये these are the Genobacter, means the bacteria known as this type of bacteria.
So
Electrogens. So what they do, they produce the electron in the anaerobic process. They produce the electron and they also transfer the electron to the anode. There is some mechanism. They produce certain kind of you can say chemicals, metabolics. So they transfer the electron from bulk to the surface of anode. So if you are using such kind of bacteria, the power production will be more. You will get the higher. Otherwise, you can use any kind of, because you need anaerobic reaction. With anaerobic reaction, basically you get electron. So if you want to maximize the production of electron, but another challenge is that if you are using a specific kind of microorganism, so challenge is to retain that micro. That is the challenge.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. And sir, one question is, suppose through that anaerobic fermentation also we are getting the hydrogen production, and we are converting into the hydrogen fuel cell. So I got confused, sir.
That is possible if you are with a slight modification. Instead of water, because we are getting H+ ion, instead of water you can get hydrogen from the microbial fuel cell. So that you can operate hydrogen fuel cell. The hydrogen fuel cell means hydrogen, lot of technologies there. Only thing is that using means hydrogen means lot of volume is required. So lot of work is going on to means getting hydrogen in a concentrated form. Usko compress karna is a difficult. Storage of hydrogen is a challenging problem right now.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I thank you again, sir, to spare some time from your precious time. Now we will have a lunch break till 3 p.m. The session 3 for the day will start sharp at 3 p.m. All the participants can join the same link at 2:45 p.m. to attend session 3 for the day. Thank you.
So thank you. You are Manish?
No, sir. Myself, Sushil Kumar Singh, sir. Manish sir is coming to the dais.
Acha. What's your name?
Myself, Sushil Kumar Singh. Sir, Manish.
Sushil Kumar.
Good afternoon,
Kumar Singh.
sir. I am Manish. Good afternoon,
अच्छा अच्छा मनीष जी. हाँ, आप लोगों का इसका नाम ना AITH आ रहा है तो मुझे पता नहीं चल पा रहा.
sir. This is Dr. Ambedkar Institute of Technology for Handicap in Kanpur.
हाँ, अच्छा ठीक है. Thank you very much.
HBTI के ही ये premises में है सर.
अच्छा, बहुत बढ़िया. हाँ नहीं, I know that institute. हम जब थे वहाँ पे ना, I have completed my BTech from HBTI in 1997. So that टाइम वही बगल में वेस्ट कैंपस में इंस्टीट्यूट बन रहा था ना.
98 में ये आया एस्टैब्लिश हुआ है जब
आ गया था. उस समय बन रहा था उस समय. चलिए, बहुत अच्छा. वेरी आई एम
अभी जब आपका कानपुर आना होगा.
हाँ, मैं बिल्कुल मैं आता ही रहता हूँ जनरली. तो लखनऊ जाता हूँ तो जनरली आई गो थ्रू कानपुर बिकॉज आई हैव स्टेड 6 years BTech and then I have completed my MTech from IIT कानपुर. तो वहाँ पे रुकना ऐसे ही हमारे लिए थोड़ा सा अच्छा रहा. तो नेक्स्ट टाइम आएंगे तो आपसे मिलेंगे ना. ठीक. तो चलिए, तो मैं इसको फिर ग्रुप को छोड़ मैं चलता हूँ. ठीक है. हाँ, ठीक है. थैंक यू. थैंक्स टू ऑल ऑफ यू अगेन फॉर इनवाइटिंग मी टू डिलीवर दिस लेक्चर.
Thank you all the participants for patiently listening. We'll again join at 2:45 for the next session.